What's up, everybody? Welcome again to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Oh man, give me a second. In the middle of doing some other stuff, but like, subscribe, yeah, hit that like button if y'all haven't already. Give me a second because I want to get into here again. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? How's it going? Yeah, hit that like and subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Real, real talk. Oh man, yeah, beautiful day. Beautiful day. Yeah, it's raining outside, a little dreary, but still a beautiful day. God is good. God is good. God is good. God is good. Anyway, I know we know there's a lot going on. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm kind of politicked out, but it's all good. Um, I don't really want to get too deep into politics, but I got a couple of questions for those that are going to in this live, and I want to interact with y'all a little bit more today. So I'm going to throw out some questions probably, and then see where it goes. So it's kind of like a freestyle live, if you want to call it that. Yeah. But yeah, again, hit that like and subscribe button. Share these videos with all those that you know. People you don't know, just help a brother out. I mean, just help a brother out as much as you can. Um, my my real question was this, and this is the question I'm going to throw out. In the case of civil unrest, I got a couple of things else I'm going to ask, but this one, in the case of civil unrest, hey, what's up, Chris? For real, welcome in, welcome in. In the case of civil unrest, are you prepared? And if you have a plan, leave in the comments kind of what your plan is. And I'm gonna probably repeat the question as people start to come in on the live. But if in the case of civil unrest, what's your plan? If you have a plan, do you intend to get a plan? And if you already have one, what would it be? Like what it's simple as you can type it. What's your plan? I asked the question because the question was brought up amongst people that are close to me. We do talk about it and we do have some sort of plan. I mean, preparation, some sort of plan. I mean, we still kind of try to figure out what we're going to do, but we do have a plan. Like, I'm not going to say it's a foolproof, solid, okay, we got it all together plan. No plan is that good because sometimes even when you have a plan, it might just go sour. But if civil unrest was to occur and people just start going whatever, what would be your plan? Like, how would you deal with that? If people getting violent, trying to break into your home, because civil unrest is possible. What's up, Mike in the building? What's up? What's up? What's up, bro? Yes, Trump 2024. Mike, you just got in, so you probably don't even know. But my question to the audience is in the case of civil unrest, do you have a plan? And if so, what's your plan? Do you plan that if we were to get into civil unrest, do you even have a plan have you made any preparations toward that? That was, that's the question. And you can leave in the comments and let me know if you do, if you don't, and what type of plan it may be. If I respond late, it's because of the chat and YouTube or whatever, how this is, because there's a delay. So when I see what y'all write, it's going to take a little bit, but it's okay. I'll respond once I see it. The other thing is, past that conversation, and we'll stay on that for now. My next one is going to be, how's everything with y'all when it comes to the economy? Like, how are you doing? How is things working out for y'all? So after we get off this subject, that's probably going to be the next subject. I go into. Yeah, we can talk politics if we want to get into it at some point, but I just want to broaden the conversation a little bit and go into a different direction. So for those that are on the live, leave in the comments. Yes, they haven't popped up yet because I know it's delayed. So if you wrote something, eventually I will see it. I will see it. And if firearms, okay, Chris, for real, she says she has some firearms preparation plan to stay home. That's their plan. Okay, sounds like you got something into play. So that works for me. Mike in the building said you got a plan because our country is falling apart right now. Okay, Mike in the building also said bug out bag. If somebody don't know what a bug out bag is, it's basically something that you can grab real quick to have some basic essentials that you may need out if you have to actually go on the move, whatever. And at the end of the day, a lot of times we take for granted how civil America is. We don't some of the stuff that other countries deal with, because America has been so good and God's been so good to America. There's a lot of stuff we deal with, a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that we really don't deal with, and we haven't had to deal with. Yes, sir. Prayer, definitely. Prayer. There's a lot of stuff that we really don't deal with. Like when you watch some of these, and I've been seeing this stuff for years, and you watch some of these other countries when they're under fire and war going on, shooting back and forth. Yes, we have it happening in like neighborhood community wars, what they call drug wars and stuff like that. You see it. But America really don't have a circumstance where we have real serious civil unrest. We haven't had that I know haven't been in my lifetime. So my point is that, it can happen. And I think we take it for granted that, everything's good, nothing's going to happen. We get up, we go to work, you travel about this and that, going in and out of stores, getting our coffee or donuts, doing what we do on a regular basis. And I think a lot of times we don't even think that anything like that could possibly happen in America. But it can. It can happen. Politics in itself it has a lot of evil behind it. It has a lot of evil behind it. And regardless to the candidate you support, you really don't know 100% what's going on behind the scenes with our government. And everything that I see up until this point looks like they want it. And I know that's just my opinion. And, like my thing, hey, Ron's opinion don't matter. I mean, a lot of times it do, but you see a lot of stuff with the government going on. And you see how the border and all that stuff going on. So if you really start to pay attention to a civil unrest it might be right in our hand, in our palm of our hand right now, and that might be getting ready to kick off. We don't even know. Because there's so much going on that we know, and there's a whole lot more that we don't know. So my suggestion is that you should make some type of preparation. Don't just be your naive person saying, ain't nothing going to happen. Ain't nothing going to happen. Because you never know. Something could kick off, and then next thing you know, you wish you made some type of preparation towards just making sure that you all right. You could be all right. Because it can happen. At any moment, something could pop off, and the next thing you know, there's civil unrest. And you got to understand something. When people get desperate, those that are honest will become criminal. Because desperation, when people get desperate, a lot of things that they say they would never do, they turn around and they'll start doing because they're desperate. They're trying to survive. And that's the reality of it is. You might not think that it's possible, but believe me when I tell you, when somebody's desperate, a lot of criminals that do the criminal stuff that they do, it's because they're desperate. That's it. They broke, they hungry. If they got kids at home or wife, kids, whatever, they trying to figure out how to provide for them. And then they start to compromise. And next thing you know, the criminal aspect starts again. They look for somebody to victimize. And that's not in every case, but it can happen. So a lot of time when people say, "Oh, this and that," I won't. You don't know what you're gonna do given the circumstances and what you're dealing with, because that could change real quick. So I just wanted to get an idea of where people at with that. Like because sometimes I think as American citizens we're a little too comfortable. Like we really sometimes I think are very naive that nothing can happen until it actually does happen. When I hear people talk about, oh, like some people act like the border is not a big deal. And oh, well, it's not a big deal until it hits your door. I'm dead serious. It's not a big deal until it hits your door. Now, they put out a report with all of the illegals and all of the criminals and over 400,000 criminals that have illegals that came over here that are you're right, Mike. People will act different when there's no law and order in there around. And the law and order, the police ain't gonna really be able to do much about anything. Because here's what a lot of people don't understand about, yes, we have a police department and yes, we have the military. But if we have civil unrest, a lot of these people got families. They're not gonna worry about taking care of trying to keep that when they know their family might be in trouble. It's like, look, I love the military, but I got family at home and I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm a police officer, but I got family at home and we can't. It's a mess right now, and I need to do what I need to do. Go home and take care of my family, protect my family first, and make sure they good. You know what I mean? So you don't know. You never know. You just don't know. You really don't know. And so when, like I said, they let over 400,000 criminals, basic criminals, and some of these people, and from what I understand from the report, they basically convicted murders, people that had actually committed murder, and they're in here in America. And you're gonna have people that's gonna be naive about it. But my thing is this: is that if you got that, we already have criminals, and then you bring in more criminals. Civil unrest is really more likely than it probably possibly ever was. And the media will continuously try to ignore it. CNN, ABC, all these other news medias, they're not going to let you see exactly all of the things that's really going on. And every time someone actually tries to bring it to the forefront, such as Trump did, they try to downplay it or say it's not happening. Why? Because they want you to be naive as possible to make you think that the government is protecting you when the government really isn't. They're not doing their job. They really aren't doing their job. You clearly see it. And then, so they don't care about your protection. And I'm not saying everybody in government, but I'm telling you right now, this administration is not doing their job of protecting citizens, the American citizens. Because if I was president, there's no way in the world I would let that border do what it's doing. You're right, Christopher Real. If I was president, there's no way in the world I would let them people coming in. I'm sorry. I would have been like, nope, send the military down there, stop it right where it's at. No, we're not having that here. Because I cannot put my time and effort as president protecting all these other countries in which America does a lot of, and then just leave America open for anything. As president, that means you really don't care 2 cents about your citizens. You care more about all these other countries than you do about your very home citizen. That's just like me being a parent and taking care of somebody else's house and not taking care of my own. It's just like me being the mayor of Philadelphia and go take care of New York and not take care of Philadelphia. It just don't make sense. Philadelphia hired you as a mayor, but you weren't about taking care of New York. And I'm not saying you can't help New York because we're all United States, but my point is your responsibility is at home first. As a president, your job is at home. Take care of home first. There's no reason why when y'all write these bills, you put it in a money grab for Ukraine in the same bill for that you're trying to protect our border. Why is Ukraine so important to you? But, that's my whole point is that, that's the reason why I said, what I said is that, we don't know what we're dealing with right now. There's a lot we know, but there's a lot we don't know. And we don't know if something's going to go crazy. What you going to do? What are you going to do? Thanks, Mike. What are you going to do if it goes crazy? Are you going to be prepared? Do you have, and let's just say it goes crazy and now things settle down, you got to rebuild your life. Buildings are burnt down, farmland is destroyed, a lot may have happened. How do you recover from that? What do you do to recover from all of that? Because you might not have a 9 to 5 to go through to get a paycheck. Because at the end of the day, your money is going to be meaningless. That's the truth of the matter. Your money is going to mean who's going to take your money when there's civil unrest? Your money is going to be meaningless. Your services and your goods are going to be more important than the cash that you have made, the money that you may have. Why? Because if you can't, at that point, there won't be no exchange of goods and services using the money as a receipt. At that point, you're like, oh, well, hey, I got $100,000. What's good $100,000 going to do me when nobody's taking money no more? You got some apples? You got some oranges? Something we can eat? And I got some of this so we can exchange it that way? There's a lot will change in that situation. And that's the truth. And my other question is, outside of the civil unrest and stuff like that, I mean, if, for my gun family, those that, what's going to be your choice of weapon when you go, if it's like that? You know what I mean? Like, what would be the best two things that you would take if it was your choice of weapon? Like, what would be your best two weapons? Like, I mean, you probably want a lot of different stuff, but if you had to take two firearms, what would be your two? For me, it would probably, I definitely want to take my SOCOM. I'm sorry. I love that gun. I like that gun a lot. Yeah, it's expensive. The ammo is anyway, but I would take it because the great thing about it is it has extreme stopping power. I probably would take both of my rifles. I probably, even though I probably should take the handgun, I'm gonna want my rifles more than I'm gonna want my handgun. So it's probably a stupid move on my part, but I probably would take both of my rifles. I would probably take, I'll probably take my 5.56 and my SOCOM. I don't. Now, if I had a choice of three, then it definitely be the handgun. But and it all depends. Like if it's just more than me, if it's more than just me, of course, then I'm gonna look at what everybody has and I'm gonna adjust my weapon accordingly. So if I see that okay, we got enough handguns, we need to take more shotguns and rifles, then that will probably be. But I think that as a family, everyone, as a family, if you got family out there, you should probably have that conversation. And y'all should make some type of reasonable preparation. And I've said this in other videos, but, I think you should make some reasonable preparations for it, just in case, it's all right. I'm not saying go out there and dig bunkers and all. I mean, if you could, go ahead and do it, but I'm not saying all that, but just make reasonable preparations. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm out and about, I look for within reason of distance of I'm traveling. I always look around and say, okay, if something was happening, where would I go? Like, if I had to leave where I'm at, where would I go? Like, where could I go possibly resettle at if I had to? I mean, I know that might seem to some like, oh, well, why would you think that far? You just don't know. I'm not saying you spend your whole day thinking that way, but if you had to restart, where would you go? Like, would you go into the cities and try to survive there? Would you go into a more of a suburban setting to try to survive there? Where would you go? Like, I would go more into probably where it's open area, like more of a suburban area. Why? Only reason why, because that way it allows me to be able to plant and grow and things of that thing. I wouldn't go into the city. I just like, at that point, why am I going in the city? They had already tore up all the grass and everything is concrete and tar. And it would be hard to try to grow food in that situation. So I would probably go where I can the best for me to be able to grow food and possibly if I had to hunt. And that would be my move if it got that bad. That's the direction that I would go. My other question is, economically. How you guys doing? I mean, we all know what we've been dealing with for 4 years, but how you guys doing? If is this economy right now working for you? I just think that's an easy question. It's a good question. Is it working for you right now? This economy, is it working for you? Is it better for you or worse? I can tell you, I can speak for me is that, all right, personally, I can't say better or worse. Now, I know my money don't go as far. By far, that part of it is. But because I knew what was coming, I was preparing for it. The people in my circle, for the most part, was preparing for it. Now, there's some that don't listen or didn't listen. But when you know the economy and you see what government is doing, you start making preparations for what's to come. And in my other video, I was referring to God as being a before time God. And the reason why I say that, and yeah, thanks, Mike. And the reason why I say in my other video, I was referring to God as I know him as a before time God, not an on time God. And the reason why I say that is because if you really listen to God and if you see warnings before destruction, by nature, you should prepare before it comes. Like you should not wait till the situation is in your face before you actually decide to make preparations. At that point, you're kind of behind the 8 ball. And I'm not saying you're going to be able to prepare for everything. And I go back to the reason why I say I go back. Yeah, it's worse. Car, money, insurance, everything up the roof. I get it. And if you able to sustain yourself in this economy, man, you did good. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you can sustain yourself in this economy, something that you did prior to this was good for it. Because if you're maintaining in this economy, you're actually doing extremely well. Because most people are not maintaining in this economy. It's going bad. And it's going bad real fast. And so, people are losing a lot right now. They're losing their homes, they're losing their cars, repossession, all types of stuff is going on. So if you're surviving in this and you're able to maintain in this economy, something that you did prior to this moment is the reason why you're doing all right right now. You made some type of preparations that maybe you didn't even realize it, but you're probably thankful you did now. And that's the truth of the matter. And like I said, I go back to the story of in Joseph when his brother sold him into, I can't tell the whole story because it's a lot, but in the Bible, when Joseph's brother sold him into slavery. And, at some point, through all of the story, he ended up being, he interpreted a dream and he ended up being second in charge under the king. I'm not giving you the whole story. You go to the Bible, read the story in the Old Testament. But the reason why I bring that story up because God told Joseph that there was famine coming, he made preparations for it. And he kept preparing, and he was storing, and he was doing everything that he was supposed to do to make preparation for the drought, the famine that was coming. And because he did that, he saved everybody. The king, his brothers, father, everybody was able to eat and have goods and stuff like that. And they had to come to them for just about everything that they needed. Why? Because he listened to God. And he saw it, and God told him what was coming, and he made preparations before time. So if you really have a strong relationship with God and you listen to God and you try to follow him that way, he will show you how to prepare yourself before it happens. But if you don't, you're not going to be ready for it. And then when it comes, you caught in the middle of it. You know what I mean? Like, and when I say before time, if you look at the story of Noah knew it was going to rain. And I know everybody that was looking at him building that ark, like, man, you fool, why you doing all that? Why you doing all that? I guarantee you that if you was there at that moment, everybody that was looking at him was like, yo, he's a fool. But until it started raining and not stopping, I can only imagine how many people was knocking on that boat trying to get in at that point, realizing that He was preparing before it came. And that's the God that I serve. If that God will teach you and prepare you for what's to come before it actually hits you, if you get close to him and you have a relationship, you'll be surprised. He'll prepare you for what's going to come. That's why people say warning comes before destruction. You know, like, it's a real simpler way to point that. If you're driving down the highway and the speed limit says, I ain't gonna go with the speed limit. Let's say it says construction ahead, 3,000 feet. And then you see another sign that says construction ahead, 1,500 feet. There's a good indication that when you get up there, it's gonna be construction. And you don't know how level of construction. And in that case, if you've been driving for a while, you kind of say, okay, that means that I'm going to probably be in some type of traffic jam because there's construction going on. And you're mentally starting to prepare yourself for that situation. They're giving you warning before you get to the construction. You get what I'm saying? So when you see all of these signs of the border coming, people coming across the border, crime is going up the roof, and you sitting there naive, and you acting like it won't happen to you, you's a fool to think that it will not be at your door. Because at some point, it's going to be at your door. And what are you going to do about it when it hits your door? That's why I tell people, I don't want to wait till it hit my door. You know what I want to do? I want to stop it at the border. That's where it's supposed to be stopped at. I want to stop it at the border. I don't want it to be at, once it hit my door, now I want to try to deal with it. That's why our president, my other question is this, not to get off subject, where the hell is Biden at? Where's Joe Biden? Did he at some point just stop being president? Like, I'm dead serious, and I know it just kind of took me right on, but where is he? That's crazy. Like, has anyone seen or heard anything about Joe Biden, let's say in the last month or so? If you have, let me know. But where is our president? That's a good question. I don't even know why this was for some reason it just went that way. I'm like, wait a minute. Where's the president at? That's kind of weird, ain't it? Where's our president? That's a good question. Where's the president? Somebody tell me where the president at. I don't understand it. Like, we haven't seen him. Where's he at? At some point, I don't know. It's just weird. That's all we're hearing about is Kamala Harris, and I understand she's running against Trump, but we still supposed to have a president. What is he doing? What's going on? I'm not understanding this. I just don't. It's just weird. It's weird right now that we haven't heard from our president. But anyway, my question, what I think about Janet Jackson and the people. Oh man, that's a good one, Chris, for real. Yeah, Janet Jackson situation, and well, according to her, she really didn't say a whole lot. All she said was she heard that Kamala Harris wasn't black, and the media, once again, Roland Martin, D.L. Hughley, and all these other people went, oh, well, this and that and that and that. First of all, how she gonna say that? And they just basically went in on Janet Jackson, who has been an icon amongst the black community for years, her family. So y'all want to trade off Janet Jackson for Cuckoo Kamala? Are y'all serious? After all of the destruction that Kamala Harris has done to the black community, putting them in jail for long sentences, putting black women, single moms in jail because their kid is sick and couldn't make it to school, and she didn't care. After her listen, let me explain something to you. For her to try to say she wants to take away guns, that to me is the most racist part of everything about the Democratic Party with her and Joe Biden. I'm going to explain to you why. They really put an emphasis on it because it ain't that they want to take away guns. They don't want black people to have guns because they really put emphasis on this when they saw all these black people buying these guns. So you want to talk about racist? That's about as racist as it gets, because they're really pushing it because they don't want black people to have guns. Because that's how if black people have guns, then the black people start become more independent of the system. They don't want that because they want to keep the black population enslaved to the Democratic Party. So that's why they want to ban all these guns and take away these guns. They want everybody, but they specifically going after the black community. That's why they're pushing it so hard. They don't want black people to have guns. Why? Because they don't want black people to have the authority to defend themselves against government. Definitely. Why? Because they make black people vote the way they vote by fear-mongering them. But if all these black people understood and got into the Constitution and understood their rights and keep the right and keep bear arm and stop following behind and thinking that the government is giving you something, which in reality, all they're doing is giving you a lump to keep you, they're giving you slightly enough to keep you enslaved to them so that you will always vote for them without them having to earn it. You will always vote Democrat without them ever having to actually own your vote because they own you. That's how they know they're going to get your vote. They own you. That's the reality of it. They own you. But here's the thing. You know, I'm like this. I don't care. Well, I do care. I don't care. Here's the thing. With the situation with Janet Jackson, and for them to, for these idiots, which I call them idiots, say what they said about Janet Jackson, my thing is this: you guys are cowards. And then my thing is this: how is it that you guys can say y'all for the black community, but here's a black woman, and y'all going to attack her for another woman who don't even identify herself as black? She can care less. She only doing it right now to try to get y'all vote. But that tell me that all of y'all are owned by these KKK members, which modern day liberals, white liberals, who's telling y'all what y'all can say. Because Roland Martin don't have his own voice. He has the voice of whoever pays his paycheck. Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, and all the other ones, they don't have their own voice. Their voice was sold out to whoever is paying their paycheck. Because as far as I'm concerned, I think they're cowards. Because I guarantee you, Mike Tyson said he was voting for Trump. So if y'all got all that mouth and all that talk, why y'all ain't got nothing to say to Mike Tyson? Why ain't none of y'all go to Tyson and say, you better not say you vote for Trump? What's your name? What's his name? Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley said he sees somebody wearing that shirt, he gonna punch him in the mouth. All right, go punch Mike Tyson in the mouth. Oh, no, he said he gonna punch him in the stomach. So go punch Mike Tyson in the stomach. So y'all run that mouth behind the cameras and stuff, but go do it. And I think y'all cowards. Roland Martin's a coward. Steve Harvey's a coward. D.L. Hughley's a coward. And I'm calling y'all out. I don't care because I don't like what y'all did. I don't like it. I think it's wrong to attack her. And I don't care if she's black or whatever case may be, but all she said was she heard that Kamala Harris wasn't black. So if that's all she said and y'all coming at her because of that, what y'all trying to sleep with Kamala? Why are y'all fighting for Kamala Harris so much like that when she hasn't done nothing for the black community? Zero. So what is it? Y'all trying to bang her or something? I don't know. It don't make sense to me. Why would y'all fight for somebody who has literally who has done nothing but destruction to the black community? You can't tell me one thing that she has done to represent the black community through her whole career, but yet, yeah, D.L. Hughley talking about her looks. Look at him, Mr. Leatherface himself. But yet, she has done nothing for the black community in her whole career, and y'all sitting there trying to pander for her. Y'all cowards. All of y'all cowards. And I don't care. I like the smoke. Bring it. I'm calling y'all out. Y'all cowards. My thing is this. When Dr. Umar said what he said, y'all went to telling jokes. But why y'all ain't gonna have him like that? Y'all cowards. I don't care what you say. Y'all a bunch of cowards. Every last one of them that did what they did is a bunch of cowards. D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, Roland Martin, all y'all bunch of cowards. Because y'all will never go to a real man and say that to their face. Because y'all cowards. Y'all hiding behind cameras and media. That's what y'all doing. Because y'all work for the KKK. They using them black faces, the white liberals are using them black faces to tell y'all what to do. because they can't speak for themselves because they don't own their own voice no more. They don't even make sense what they said. Why would you go after somebody and all they said was, I heard she wasn't black. Well, I'm telling you she ain't black. Now come for me. I'm telling you that. She ain't black. I'm a man. Come for me. I'm not no tough dude. Hey, you might be able to whoop my behind, but come to a real man to do that. Say that to a real man. Because I'm tired of y'all coming out your face over stuff y'all know what y'all talking about. Y'all really don't. I think it's wrong. So if y'all gonna come at her at that, then go at a real man like that. Don't go at no woman. You're right, Chris Real. She ain't black. Don't go after a woman. Go after a man. Go after all the men that say she ain't black. Go out. There's a lot of them. You can shoot through all the YouTube videos and see a whole bunch of men, white men, black men, Chinese men, whatever. I don't know. But there's a whole bunch of men that saying she ain't black. And I don't go after them. Go step to them and tell them that she is black, or y'all got a problem with what she said. Because I got a problem with what y'all said. And I'm telling you I got a problem with it. And you welcome. Just say what you want to say and come see me about it. Because I don't like it. Y'all cowards. Why would y'all go after women when all these men said it? And I said it. Do what you want to do with that. Because it's cowardly. It's a cowardly move. You guys should. How can y'all sit there and say y'all believe in protect? I heard y'all mention, protecting black women and stuff like that. And y'all gonna go to one of the most iconic black women in our history and try to dog her out over something that she never said, whether Kamala Harris was black or not. All she said was, I heard. And that little statement, y'all blew up into whatever. So far as I'm concerned, y'all cowards. Y'all all cowards. Because real men wouldn't even entertain that. Hey, okay, she has a right to say what she want to say. That's what they would have said. A real man would have been like, well, she has a right to say what she want to say. That's how she feel. That's fine. She has a right to her opinion. She has a right to her opinion. She has a right to say what she want to say. That's fine. That's okay. And every last one of these guys, they go right. They don't really step to the people. They go right to the only strong points that they have is I guess they comedians or whatever. I guess that's their strong point. But y'all got security. Y'all got this and that and that. But I'm telling you at the straight up, man, what y'all doing right now is a punk move and all y'all cowards. Because I don't even see the reason for that one. That's cowardly. Because all she said out of her mouth was, I heard she wasn't black. And she has a right to her opinion. And I'm behind Janet Jackson on that one. She has a right to her opinion. I don't know nothing about Janet Jackson. Like, I have no clue I know her music and I know all that other stuff and Jackson stuff like that. But I stand behind her 100% because Janet Jackson has a right to her opinion. That's it. And nobody should. And you guys, out of all the things y'all could be out there talking about and doing, y'all make that a subject to come out of your mouth. All she said was, I heard she wasn't black. What's wrong with that? What's so bad about that? I don't think she's black neither. I know she's not black. And my thing is this, if she was so black like y'all trying to make her, why she ain't gonna marry a black man? I don't care who she married. But if she was all that black, pro-black, a pro-black woman would have never married a white man. That's it. And y'all still fighting for her. That's why I said it don't make sense. I know y'all don't have a voice for yourself. I know that the white liberals who I think are the KKK members using black faces like y'all to do their bidding for them. Yes, you're right. She's using black men for power. But these are not real black men. I can tell you right now, Steve Harvey and them ain't real black men. They puppets. Control. That's who they are. They're not real black men. And listen, I try not to get too deep into the skin color, but they keep bringing it up. So here we are. They keep bringing it up. So here we are. And like this, I feel like this. I don't care. You have a right to date and be with whoever you want to be with. But for somebody like her to keep running on this thing that she's all pro, she black this and sorority sisters and all this pro black stuff that she keep trying to act like, why you marry a white man if it was that serious with you? Because it isn't. She's only trying to pander to black people to try to get their votes. And she uses these suckers like Steve Harvey and all of these guys to help do her bidding for her. Meanwhile, she can't stand men. She can't stand men at all. That's the truth of the matter. Kamala Harris do not like men. She only like men enough to use them to get what she want out of them. That's it. Where's her husband at through all of this? Why nobody see him? Where's he at? Where's he at? Anywhere she going? Campaign and all that? Where's she at? Where he at? Where's her husband? He don't have no voice neither. She can care less about him. I guarantee you that she can care less about him. He do not matter to her one bit. Because Kamala Harris do not like men. She only like them enough to get for them to help her get where she want. That's what Willie Brown was for, was to help her get what she want. She's a user. And she's been tossed from one guy to another to get where she wants. She uses men. She don't like them. She can't stand men. That's why she put so many of them in jail, because she can't stand them. That's the truth of the matter. That is the truth of the matter, is that she cannot stand men. Everything in her DNA cannot stand men. Now, I'm not talking about soft men, cowardly men. I'm talking about real masculine men. She can't stand them. The reason why she can't stand them, because she can't manipulate them. That's why she don't like Trump, because he can't be manipulated by her. She'll like certain men that ain't got no manly backbone. Oh yeah, because they remind her of femininity, but she can't stand it. She can't stand real men. She needs somebody she could walk over and tell what to do. That's not a man. They're in a man's body. They're not functioning like a real man. A real man is not going to just let you bulldoze over you. As he's not going to let no woman just bulldoze her over him. That's the truth of the matter. I'm not talking about violence or anything of that nature. I'm just saying she's not going to let you bulldoze over her husband. Where is he at? He probably told her, look, honestly, I wish you didn't do this. And she was like, nope, I'm going to do it because it's about me. I don't care about these American citizens. It's about me. I want power. So she'll sleep with somebody, do whatever she want to do. She don't care how morally disrupted, how morally corrupt it is. She will do what she want to do to get what she wants. She can care 2 cents about American citizens. She care 2 cents about black people. She said it many times out of her own mouth. She's not going to do anything for black people. I'm not going to do something for one group of people, even though she did do it. But that's what she said out of her mouth. And that's the reason why she wants to take away guns, because too many black people got guns. Way too many black people in her mind got guns, and we need to get them out of hand. The same reason why Joe Biden did it. Tried to ban certain guns. Because he saw too many black people with guns. It had nothing to do with America. It has everything to do with black people. The minute black people start buying more guns, this is where they come out the woodworks and try to use that as, we need to ban guns. We need to ban guns. Why? Because too many black people getting guns. But what they're probably saying about it, too many Negroes got guns. That's what they're saying. We need to do something about guns because now there's too many Negroes that have guns. And they're not saying it in public and stuff because they watching what they're saying. But everything in their DNA is saying that. Because every time black people start to go out and get guns and start to build, start to embrace the Constitution and stuff, they come with that rhetoric. Oh, we need to ban guns. Why? What we need to ban them for? For what? What is banning guns going to solve? Because you're not going to be able to get them off the street because they're everywhere, especially in America. So if you ban any type of gun, my thing is this, No gun should be banned. That's my personal opinion. I don't think you should be trying to ban or limit anything, because people like you who do not protect this country like they're supposed to, our job is to protect ourselves. So if you're okay with all these criminals coming across the border, you're not going to limit my gun capacity. If you're okay with all these criminals crossing the border, you're not going to limit the type of firearm I can have. You letting all these criminals come across the border, these rapists, murderers, and thieves, and everything else come across the border, and then you want to tell American citizens we want to limit your ability to protect yourself by limiting your gun capacity and limiting the type of guns you could purchase and buy. No, I want the best of the best. If they can afford it, they should be able to buy it, especially now, since you guys have opened up America to all the criminals across the world. You gotta be out of your mind. I'm telling you, and I'm getting ready to get off this live soon, but I'm telling you, vote Trump 2024, because the Democratic Party, along with Kamala Harris, are all demons. They're evil and they're demons. Everything that's around the Democratic Party is pure evil. They want to abort babies because they don't want the world to populate. Yes, I am. I am on Rumble. If just before I get off this live or whatever the case may be, I want to make this point that I'm on Rumble. On Rumble, it's Ron's opinion don't matter, but it doesn't say Ron with the S. It's all one word. It's Ron opinion don't matter. 1. That's on Rumble. I'm also on X. I just started these pages on those two, so they're not really that haven't grown yet. But I'm on X as Ron's opinion don't matter. So they both is Ron's opinion don't matter, but the one on Rumble is Ron opinion don't matter. That's the only way I could do it. So I did it over there that way. But I'm getting ready to get off this live, but I really appreciate everyone that's on this live. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this video with everybody y'all know. Help brother out. And my thing is this, and before I get off this live, I want to say this. If you don't have a firearm, get you one. Get you 2, get you 3, get you 4. If you don't have ammunition, get you plenty. And I'm saying that because you need to make sure you have something to protect you, protect your family. Don't listen to this government, because clearly they have no intentions of protecting you. The other thing I want to say is this: if you don't have Christ in your life, get him. Because if you don't have Christ in your life, everything I said, it doesn't matter. That's number 1. Jesus saves. And he's a life changer. And if you want better for your life, Christ is the way to go. And that's the truth of the matter. And without Christ, anything I said is meaningless. If you don't have Christ in your life and you haven't made him part of your life, give your life to Christ. And believe me when I tell you, that'll be the best thing you ever did. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. And I'm out of here. Peace. Thank y'all.